Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing some alcohol inks in epoxy, and we're going to be applying that over some laser foils. I'm going to show you how step by step in this video. I've already done a live video showing this technique and demoing this with my new Flynn Sisters Fast Cure epoxy. I'll include a link down below in the description box if you want to see the live video. There's a few more steps involved that I couldn't get to in the live, and that's what we're going to go over more in depth in this video. I've started with a cup that I've already sanded to prep and cleaned with some rubbing alcohol and paper towel. Once my cup is nice and clean, I can start applying my adhesive. This adhesive is what's going to hold the laser foil transfer onto our cup, and we need to have a really thick, even coat, but we can't apply too much at one time. So I'm going to be applying thin coats with this nice fanned brush. You'll notice I didn't bother taping off the bottom of my tumbler. I'll show you how I finish that later off in the video. Once I've applied a nice even coat, I'm going to dry it with my heat gun to speed up the process, and once that adhesive is fully clear and glossy, it's ready to apply a second coat. I applied the second coat exactly the same way I applied the first. I let that dry again, also using my heat gun, and then we applied a third coat. I always get my best results when I take the time to do 3 to 4 coats of this adhesive before I even attempt applying my foils. Once this is fully dry, we're ready to apply the laser foils. I found the easiest way to do this is with my cup on the turner with the motor off. The adhesive we applied stays tacky, and then the laser foil is going to transfer onto that adhesive with some firm pressure. I'm using Hollow Cobra Gold laser foil from southernbelleglitters.com. I will have it linked down below in the description box. And I'm going to start by pulling it tight and holding it up against the side of my cup. If you have a hand-turned cup turner, that would probably be the best option for this, but it's really helpful to have the cup on the turner during this process. And I'm actually going to stand up and off to the side of my cup turner, and using one hand, I'm going to very kind of gently, carefully press the foil against the side of my cup while very slowly turning the cup with the cup turner. You'll notice the motor is off again, and I'm just very carefully pressing this, trying to avoid any wrinkles. I've got the remainder of the roll down there just on my desk below the turner here. And we're just going to go as slow as we need to do, not jumping ahead of ourselves. And once I've pressed the foil all the way around the cup, I'm going to cut off the excess with some scissors. You'll notice I have overhang on the top and bottom, and I know this seems wasteful, but I actually prefer that just so I have some wiggle room in case I make a mistake. I took my cup off the cup turner now, and I have it pressed against my desk, and I'm using the soft side of my vinyl squeegee to apply very firm pressure all the way around the cup. And you can almost see, if you look really closely, once you apply the firm pressure with the squeegee, the exact moment when that foil separates from the plastic carrier sheet. This foil has a plastic carrier sheet that's clear over the top, and then the foil is what transfers with the adhesive after you apply really firm pressure. Then once we're sure that we've got everything pressed on there really well, I'm going to slowly remove that clear plastic carrier sheet. By now we should have something that looks like this, and now we're ready to move on to the epoxy and ink application. I've got 60 milliliters of Flynn Sisters Fast Cure already mixed. I'm probably not going to use it all, but when I make these, I like to have more than enough epoxy rather than not too much. I'm going to be applying about 15 to 30 milliliters of just clear epoxy onto the cup first. And I want to have just enough to where my finger can freely glide across the surface, but we don't want to have too much to where it's dropping off. The balance here is to have enough epoxy to where our colorants and inks can move freely, but we don't want so much to where things are going to be dropping off and it looks all gloopy and gobby. If we don't have enough epoxy, we're not going to be getting any kind of movement, and things are just going to dry really quickly and not too fun. Once I've applied that clear coat, I'm going to mix some white epoxy dye into some of that remaining epoxy that I have. I'm going to set that aside to use for later. Next, I'm going to start dropping in my inks. This is a fast curing epoxy, so you have a very limited amount of work time. I would recommend working in a cooler workspace. I think it was about 65 to 70 degrees in my garage when I was doing this. If it's too hot, your epoxy is going to dry really quickly and you're not going to get a lot of time to mess around with this stuff. I'm only using 4 different color alcohol inks today, and I will list them and link them down below in the description box. But I'm starting with this hot pink color. I think it's called Phlox, and I'm just dropping that drop by drop in a swirl as the cup is kind of turning away from me, and I'm not chasing my cup as I drop in the colors. Next, I'm going in with this fluorescent orange color, and I'm trying to drop the inks in a way that when they do interact with each other, they're not going to turn into a color I'm not wanting. And since I'm wanting more of a rainbow color, I'm just using pink, orange, yellow, and a teal. And when that teal interacts with the yellow, it'll turn green, and when the teal interacts with the pink, it'll turn purple. So I'm just going to keep dropping in my inks here, paying attention to the time on the clock. I really only have about 20 minutes or so to get this done, so I am kind of working quickly. Once I get all of my inks dropped in there, I am going to swirl in the white epoxy dye. I only dropped in about one small, tiny drop of white epoxy dye, just enough to saturate the amount of epoxy that I had. And I'm just kind of swirling it around on the cup with a stir stick. Once I'm happy with the amount of white epoxy that I have on there, I'm going to start moving it around and swirling it with the epoxy that's colored with my heat gun. And these are going to bloom and interact together so that we get kind of a more organic flow between the white and the colors, so it doesn't look like I just drizzled that in all hideously. It'll blend together, I promise. And you can really crank on the heat with this epoxy. Even though it is a fast set, it can handle it. I did use my heat gun quite a bit on this. I put my heat gun on the medium heat setting though, so I didn't have it cranked to the hottest setting. Also, I did take my cup off the turner to turn it upside down in different directions to get some more movement from all of my inks and colorants. And then we're just going to put it back on the turner and see how it goes. If I want to add a couple more inks, I could. I just added a few more drops of the yellow because that was kind of the easiest color to mix in with everything, and it looked really cool. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to let it dry for a couple hours before we move on to the next step. At this stage, you'll notice your cup's going to be really bumpy and dimply, and that's totally normal with these kind of alcohol ink cups. There's some displacement in the epoxy that happens from the alcohol inks and your colorants, and that's totally okay. We can fix that. We're going to start with our normal sanding routine though. I always like to sand along the top rim so that we can expose a fine line of stainless steel. This fine line of stainless steel is where our next coats of epoxy will adhere to create the final seal for our tumbler on the outer rim, rather than the very top rim where it's more vulnerable. In this case, I'm also going to do a similar thing around the bottom so that we can finish up the bottom nicely. I'm going to carefully cut off the excess epoxy from that bottom rim or anywhere it's not supposed to be, being careful not to scratch the actual tumbler. And then I'm going to sand really lightly with my sanding block along the bottom rim there, again to expose another fine line of stainless steel. This just finishes everything up really nicely, and since I have a hard time taping off like I normally would with these foil applications, this ends up finishing up a lot easier for me, and it still looks really nice. I'll show you guys at the very end how this ends up looking with a good close-up. Once we're done with our sanding, I'm going to clean this up with some rubbing alcohol and a paper towel, and now we're ready to move on to the next step. To smooth all this out, I've got 30 milliliters of my Flynn Sisters Fast Cure Epoxy, and I'm just going to apply it like I normally would, making sure to smooth everything out, and then I'm going to hit it with my torch to pop any bubbles. I'm going to let this dry for a couple hours before we move on to the next step. Remember that your dry times may vary based on the type and brand of epoxy that you're using. Once that layer was dry, I was ready to apply some decals, which I did live with you guys on the channel. I will again link that live video down below in the description box if you want to catch that. And if you want to catch any future lives, we usually go live on Friday afternoons, sometime between 12:30 and 1:30 Pacific time, depending on the day. But we'd love to see you there, and be sure to subscribe so that you get notifications when we do go live. Once I got the UV-DTF applied, I realized that I wanted to outline the main decal in white, so it was a little easier to read. And I just did that with a fine point white acrylic marker from Posca. I will link these acrylic markers down below in the description box because they are awesome. They're my favorite. And then I'm ready to apply my final coats of epoxy. For my final coats, I'm using my Flynn Sisters Artist Cures so these cups can stay bright and beautiful for a very long time. And I forgot to film that part, but I mean, you guys have seen me apply coats of epoxy plenty of times before. But I'm really happy with how these turned out. One of my viewers asked if we would demo the new Flynn Sisters Fast Cure Epoxy with alcohol inks like this, and I'm super proud with how it performed. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos every Saturday. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. If you loved that last video, you can check out the next one here, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for more great content. You can shop our products at FlynnSistersSupplyShop.com and subscribe to our channel for new videos every week. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.